At 1 minute 6 seconds after liftoff, Falcon 9 reaches supersonic speed. The vehicle will pass through the area of maximum aerodynamic pressure, known as max Q, 2 seconds later. This is the point when mechanical stress on the rocket reaches its peak because of the rocket's velocity and resistance created by Earth's atmosphere.
We're at T-minus 2 minutes and counting. Stage 2 LOX load is closed out. The second stage of the Falcon 9 engine is fully ready with liquid oxygen. RP1 has been loaded aboard both stages, as has liquid oxygen. We're in the final minute, 45 seconds away from launch, Josh. Everything appears to be go at this time. The next major milestone will be a checkout of the automatic or autonomous flight control system. And that will come a minute and 5 seconds away from launch.
Ground side gas closeouts have started.
After liftoff, around 2 minutes 27 seconds into flight, the 9 Merlin engines will sequentially shut down. You'll hear MECO, which is main engine cutoff. The first stage will perform a boost back burn about 15 seconds later, heading back to nearby Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, landing zone 1. We'll show you the landing on NASA TV about 7.5 minutes after launch.
Dragon are in startup. Falcon 9's in startup. Dragon is in startup. Gas closeouts complete.
Everything is go. Under 1 minute. Standing by for the final go from the launch director at T-minus 45 seconds. Josh?
LD, verify, go for launch. Go for launch.
And Mike Taylor, our launch director, is go for launch. Terminal count begins at T-minus 30 seconds.
T-minus 30. T-minus 20. Falcon 9 is configured for flight. T-minus 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The liftoff of the Falcon 9 takes flight with the Dragon spacecraft, destined for the one-of-a-kind laboratory in microgravity, the International Space Station.
The Falcon 9 has cleared the tower.
39A, on the launch pad, post-launch operations. Copy, will go.
Transonic at a minute, 6 seconds after liftoff.
2 seconds later,
thereafter by
2 seconds later, we'll go through max Q, which is the maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle.
Power to launch now.
Standing by for Falcon 9 to go transonic.
And we've just heard the cue for the vehicle has gone through max Q.
Next major milestone will be the shutdown of the 9 Merlin engines. Scheduled for 2 minutes 27 seconds into flight. Less than a minute away from main engine cutoff.
MVAC engine chill has begun.
After main engine cutoff, the first stage will perform a boost back burn about 15 seconds later and head back to nearby Cape Canaveral Air Force Station landing zone 1. And on NASA television, we'll be showing you the first stage landing as well as the continuation of the second stage taking Dragon to orbit.
Station 1 jettison will begin at 2 minutes 29 seconds.
2, 1.
Vehicle flying down the nominal. We have MECO.
And we have MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
Ready to open
See the
on
stage
speed.
separation. Stage 1 on the right, drifting back away from Stage 2, continuing to power Dragon into space. This view from the
second stage ignition.
This view from the second stage of the Falcon 9, showing the engine has ignited. And that's the first stage, heading back toward the ground, just miles away from the launch pad. First stage is conducting a boost burn. About 10 seconds remaining in that burn.
Dragon nose cone deploy.
Meanwhile, the Dragon nose cone has deployed, exposing the
Trajectory
Dragon
nominal.
spacecraft to space.
Boost back shutdown.
Boost back burn shutdown. This view again from the second stage. Everything proceeding normally with both first and second stage operations of the Falcon 9. First stage continues to fly upward,
Of signal, Bermuda.
reaching its apogee in about 10 seconds before it makes its descent toward Earth. About 4.5 minutes after launch, everything continues normally. The second stage engine will continue burning for about another 5 minutes. Falcon 9 first stage, counting down toward its entry burn in about a minute and a half. You can see thrusters firing to control the first stage as it makes its way back toward Earth. Once again to land at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station Landing Zone 1, accompanied by a sonic boom for those who are in the area. Five and a half minutes after launch, everything continues to go normally for the Falcon 9 first stage and for the second stage and Dragon spacecraft.
Have acquisition at New Hampshire.
New Hampshire tracking station, now tracking the vehicle. Less than 30 seconds away from the first stage entry burn. Landing of the first stage, scheduled in about 1 minute, 45 seconds. And we have the entry burn underway. And the entry burn has ended.
Shutdown. Stage 2 still on nominal trajectory.
Stage 2 still on course for its rendezvous with the International Space Station. Stage 2 engine cutoff about 2.5 minutes away from now. Stage 1 about to come back subsonic. About 45 seconds away from landing.
Transonic.
Stage 1 is transonic. Landing burn about to begin.
S1 landing burn.
Landing legs will be deployed in about 15 seconds. And a sonic boom felt throughout the Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral Air Force Station area as Falcon 9 first stage
Landing legs deploy.
returns to Cape Canaveral Air Force Station Landing Zone 1.
LZ-1, the Falcon has landed. Landing operators move into procedure 11.100, section 3 on LZ-1 net.
Meanwhile, Dragon spacecraft, powered by the Falcon 9 second stage, continues on its way to orbit with a second stage engine cutoff expected in about 1 minute. Everything is proceeding per the timeline. 40 seconds away from second stage engine cutoff.
Stage 2 is under terminal guidance.
Stage 2 AFTS is saved.
Nine minutes after launch, everything continues to go well. Second stage burn is about to end, and spacecraft separation about 1 minute away.
Yes, Seco.
Seco, second stage engine cutoff confirmed.
GNC confirms good orbit insertion.
Guidance, Navigation, and Control Officer confirms good orbit insertion.
Dragon separation confirmed. Dragon is on its way to the International Space Station.
And Dragon is on its way to the International Space Station. Looking inside the Mission Control Center in Hawthorne, California, where SpaceX is headquartered. Great mission so far. The Dragon is on its way to the space station, controlled by the International Space Station Control Center in Houston, Texas.